Hi everyone. Welcome to an awesome trying out, which we are doing for the first time. And we will be talking today. Basically, let me start by introducing myself first. My name is Akanksha, and you're live on Storified today. With all these festive seasons, being all around us, we have Diwali, then we have Christmas coming up. There's so much happening, and most of us end up wondering that what to wear and how will I look and what will I do. So we thought, let us, get you out of your misery, out of your questions, your frustrations, and we can give you some easy solutions which you can try out. So today we have Jenny with us, who has very kindly decided to join us from Singapore. She is a famous image consultant, and I will let her do her introduction by herself. But thank you, Jenny. Thank you for joining us today, and basically sparing some time out for us to help our listeners and our viewers with the questions they might have.
Thank you. Thank you. So I'm live, right? People can see me.
Yes, people can see you now.
Okay, so hi, this is Jainee Gandhi. I've been an image consultant for 5 years. My company's name is Image Redefine. I used to operate out of Mumbai. I've recently moved to Singapore 4 months back. So yes, I'm restarting my company here. I have a styling blog that's called stylingredefine.com. So I basically believe that styling or dressing up is not restricted to any age, size, color, or anything. Styling has to be very impromptu. Styling has to be something which you develop over a period of time, and it has to be you. The most important thing has to be you. Your clothes say a lot. Whether so, I don't believe in the saying that you can judge a book by its cover, or all of that. No, people can. People say that you don't look at clothes and you don't look at dressing. That's very vain, but I don't believe that. We definitely have this area where we definitely look at people and say whether we like them or not based on how they groom themselves. I wouldn't say how they look, but how they groom themselves. So yeah, that's what something I'm passionate about, and I've been a lot of things, but this is the gist that I do.
Okay. So, how did you actually get started into this, Jenny? Like, what pushed you towards this?
So again, I have a very I'm a big Bollywood fan, and I have a Bollywood story to it. I was
So, if
in
you can
US.
quickly share it with us.
Yeah, so I was in US about 7 years back, strolling around the streets, and my husband was at work, so I literally had nothing to do that day. And I just
Uh-huh.
came across this image consultant in the US, and I went to the office and I saw the brochures, and I'm like, fantastic. I've always loved to play dress up as a girl. As I know when I was once on a 7-year-old, I have skipped my lunch and I threatened to skip my dinner if my dad did not buy me the skirt that I wanted. So
Okay.
and my son is 7 now, and he's sort of started doing the same. So okay, that aside,
Karma.
I know it's karma. My mom says that you have to face this. You've done. I always felt that dressing up is important, but I never had a science behind it. I never had reasons why I'm telling people that you cannot wear this, you could wear this. That sort of opened my eyes. That colors, styles, so as it says, that style, shape, color, texture, everything says a lot about you, and there is a science behind why something works for you and something doesn't work for you. A simple thing, we all can have the little black dress, okay, a very common piece. You can have in varied sizes, varied styles, everyone can have, but the way they wear it, the way it looks on them is very different than it would look on you or me.
Yeah,
So there is a
indeed.
science behind the whole thing, which I understood. So I started my image consultancy 7 years back, but so I have my brochures and everything. I quit my job and I was like, wow, I'm going to be an image consultant. And I started giving my brochures, and people thought that maybe I'm a makeup artist, or
Uh-huh.
maybe I'm literally a tailor or someone who's going to like stitch dresses. I got these varied requests that can you come and do makeup? I have this event, and I'm like, I don't do that. So I realized that I first what needs, well, besides the technical services, there needs to be some sort of information that what actually does image consultant do.
Uh-huh.
Thankfully, around 2009, Image Consulting Institute launched in India, and I must be one of the very first people to go and meet them. But my
Okay.
son was about 6 months, yeah. So I decided to take a break for a year and then restart this again. So yeah, when he turned 1.5, that's when I enrolled in the course. I went into it, and yes, so January 2012 is when I started Image Redefine, and I'm going strong.
Wow, that's a very long and I would say a beautiful journey in itself,
Oh yes.
So, has it been very difficult to actually educate the crowd to start off with that why do they need an image consultant at times?
At times, yes. So initial first 2 years were very bad. I know there have been times I've cried, or why am I doing this? The first 2 years literally have been, I would say, bad. Um, One is because the education, whoever I met, people felt that image consultants are only required by the HNIs or by business houses, or only by the socialites, where they want to dress every day differently. They could not
Uh-huh.
understand that image consulting is a skill. It's not something. So there's this misconception that as a consultant, I'm going to just tell you to shun your wardrobe and buy things that I think are great. But image consulting for me is a skill that everyone has to know. When a child is young, so okay, so my daughter is 2 years old, and I am teaching her how to eat, right? So
Yeah.
if my when my daughter is say about 16 and 17, I know the world is going global. I will have to teach her maybe on how to use a chopstick, or which breads to order when, or which wines. So that is a skill. What clothes to wear for what meeting, the social attire, the business attire, what is difference between a casual attire and a business casual attire. So the educating part of all of these things was quite high. Even with corporates, it was this is still, I think, viewed as not a necessary but a fun thing. But the corporates that have hired consultants have been fantastic. It's not just about me, but the whole
Mm-hmm.
community. Whichever
Okay.
corporate has hired an image consultant has been very happy with the whole approach that it's done. But the education
Uh-huh.
part, yes, the education part is big time. It needs People still need to be educated on why you need an image consultant.
Okay. So, even I'll be very honest, before, we featured you on Storified, I didn't actually know there was something as an image consultant.
Yeah.
And despite having lived in the UK for such a long time, I had never come across it. So I would say it's not just in India, it's like a global reach where people actually don't know about it.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
Probably because I was always involved in a very non-women centric organization. Maybe that was the reason why.
This is again a myth that image consulting is only for women.
Is it?
I've done close to 53 clients when I was in India, and
Uh-huh.
I think roughly about 20 of them were men.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, 20 were men out of 53. That's a whooping statistics, I would
And
say.
if you look at a lot of corporates, a lot of image consultants that you talk to, there are equal number of men that are coming. So it's not about, when we say styling, it's always about that, women. It's clothes means women, grooming means women. So that's again a very big myth. When we say
Uh-huh.
styling, I'm talking about corporate dressing, I'm talking about casual dressing, and men require it. Yeah.
Yeah. I agree as well. So, Jenny, as we said that, this particular festive season in India,
Yes.
or rather anywhere in the world, it's
Everywhere. You
such a
should see how Singapore is lit up.
I can imagine, I've been to Singapore and I know the amount of Little India just buzzes up with
Oh
Diwali, isn't it?
yes. Oh yes.
So, what is it that, women in particular, or rather even men, what is that one thing that people should keep in mind during festive season? Because we tend to go overboard with all the Kanjivaram saris or the sherwanis, and I think it's sort of beyond a point. It just sits in your wardrobe, and you're very, very suddenly start wondering like when is the next shadi that I can wear this costume or this particular dress to. So how does one get past that block?
So I always believe that clothes has to be an investment. The day it becomes an expense, That is the
Uh-huh.
day when you start hating shopping, or that is the day you feel that you're wasting money. If you look at your
Uh-huh.
clothes as an investment, if you look at your wardrobe as something that is going to help you in
Mm-hmm.
creating an image for yourself, that's again the same thing for festive season. Don't
Okay.
buy a dress or an outfit or a sherwani which is standalone.
Mm-hmm.
One that particular way, or you could wear it in that particular event or that occasion or that festive season only. It has to be, it has, you have to buy a thing which can be, if I have to tone it down, it has to be a mix and match. We do this so much with our formal clothes.
Yeah.
So similarly, you have to just mix and match the whole thing. Whenever you wear, so for example, I have a lovely anarkali with a jacket, and I
Okay.
use that jacket with my leather skirt to create a fusion. I use that jacket with a plain cotton kurta when I just want to go, just go for a darshan, and I don't want to look very heavy. So whatever you buy, every single individual piece also can be used. Don't box yourself or restrict yourself into that one single piece, that this is how it's come and this is how I need to wear it.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
even for men, when they're picking up sherwanis and the jackets, the Modi jackets as they call it, are so
yeah.
in. So people have to find ways on how they're going to create that match property for their own clothes.
Okay. So, Jenny, we actually have another person on this call today,
Yes,
and that's
I just saw
Hurratul.
her YouTube videos. They're amazing.
Yes. So that's Hurratul, and she is the founder of a women's community called Chicks Connect,
Okay.
along with the fact that she's a fashion blogger as well.
Oh, that's
So
fantastic.
that's why I thought, we should get her as well to come and share her 2 cents on what she thinks about, festive seasons and how women tend to dress. And she can also share her experiences of what she's seen around her.
Oh, definitely.
So, hi, Uratul. Do you want to introduce yourself quickly?
Yeah, hi Jainee and hi Akansha. I'm sorry, I think I kind of came in a little earlier than.
Community called Chicks Connect, along
Okay.
with the fact that she's a fashion blogger as well.
Oh, that's
So,
fantastic.
that's why I thought, we should get her as well to come and share her 2 cents on what she thinks about, festive seasons and how women tend to dress. And she can also share her experiences of what she's seen around her.
Oh, definitely.
So, hi, Uratul. Do you want to introduce yourself quickly?
Yeah, hi Jainee and hi Akansha. I'm sorry, I think I kind of came in a little earlier than it was planned, I think.
No, no, no. That's completely
Is
all
it, is it
right.
like that?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's completely fine. Not a problem.
Okay. So yeah, hi everyone. Okay, cool. Okay, so hi everyone. My name is Hurratul Malika Taj, and I'm a fashion and lifestyle blogger. Plus, I have a company.
A lot of things, but this is the gist that I do.
So, am I audible, Akansha?
Yes, yes, you are audible.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so we are a trusted community of women, and Akansha was a part of it back then in the Bombay meet, and of course she is a part of it. And so we're kind of connecting women across the world. So that's another company which I have. But yeah, for today, I think we're here for styling and for fashion tips and for other things. And I think Janie has already put in a lot to what I understand. So what is that I can probably, tell the viewers or, I can help people with for the festive season?
So, both of you actually, I think you must have had lots of people coming and asking you that what is that one thing which is in this season and that I should wear for Diwali, and how is it going to make my look more confident? Because I think a lot of us, tend to fall under peer pressure and
Yeah,
go for a particular thing which is in and then not be comfortable in it.
right.
Because considering that India is really hot right now,
Yeah.
how does one be comfortable and confident in what they're wearing? Jenny?
So for me, clothes, it's festive season, it's Diwali, it's colors. Don't stick to your black, white, gray.
Yeah.
if you have to add a little gold to it or silver, whichever is your color, but definitely bling is in. It's festive, if I still have to wear in my boring corporate kurtas, what's the fun of a Diwali party? So add some bling to it when you go to a corporate party. Jumkis if you love, or some lovely neck piece or bangles, because I'm sure everything's allowed. People don't care where you're working, what designation, what level. They generally dress up for that one particular day of Diwali, so that's cool. I know, because it's too hot in Mumbai right now, I think less makeup. You could apply a tinted moisturizer which has a tint already, and maybe a bright lipstick. That's about it. But clothes, yes, no matter how hot it is, don't compromise on your clothes.
Hurratul, what's your 2 cents on Indo-Western wear? What can we do?
Okay, so Akansha, I'll come to the Indo-Western, but specifically for when I talk about the festive season, I think I agree with that. The bling is too much in, and I am a total lover of bling. So I would always put in some gold and some silver and make sure that I kind of stand out. Also, I also feel that it's very individual to a person, that how she or he wants to kind of dress up, and especially for girls, because I have seen women who are very who love a lot, like very sort of a very not so blingy look. They love very kind of very normal and very casual sort of a look, right? So in
Yeah.
that case, I think there's fusion which is kind of very much in, wherein you have palazzos and you have even pajamas, and then you have crop tops on it, and you have also palazzos with kurtis, or with sort of even one pieces with palazzos, which are in for this particular season. So I was at Amazon India Fashion Week, I think a week before, and I was wearing this Poonam Dubey design, and she designed this whole one piece, and underneath there was a palazzo. So a lot of fusion is in. So you can also mix and match with your dresses and your palazzos and your pajamas and things like that. Also, I think that capes are a lot in. I'm particularly a lot in love with capes. And yeah, I mean, that's it. And with jewelry, I think a big sort of a headgear, or some gold neck piece would be kind of something which would actually make you stand out. That's what I think. For me, this festive season could be a
Jainee, what
Indo-Western sort of
about
fusion
you?
look.
So I love fusion. And for me, fusion would be I'm a big fan of jackets on Indian wear, and I
Okay.
love
The Modi jackets?
the Modi jackets, Indian jackets, everything. Some brocade jackets, full sleeves
Okay.
jackets or sleeveless jackets, whichever. But I love wearing jackets on Indian wear. So that's something that I love, and I'm going to try a jacket with a sari for the first time. I've got a lot of friends who've done that, and I've never been able to. I'm not a big fan of saris, but this year I've decided I'm going to wear. I'm going to try a jacket with a sari. Yeah,
Oh wow, that's quite something different, isn't it?
It'll,
So
yeah.
it's
yes,
on. This
Hurratul.
trend is on since a year. Not many people are doing it, but yeah, this trend is on since a year. Jacket with a sari, and I think I'm going to try it this year.
So how do you
There's
put it on? Do you put
also
the jacket on the blouse and then drape the sari over it, or what do you do?
So I'm going to try a couple of options. I am going to take a jacket and then take a sari, single side like a Gujarati sari, and then let the
Uh-huh.
jacket be the highlight of it, or wear the sari and then take a jacket. I've still not decided. The day
Okay,
will decide.
that's quite nice. Hurratul, what about you?
I think it
What's
can
going
work
to
both
be?
ways. Also, I have actually styled a look for this festive season. It'll be on up on my blog very soon. So
Okay.
it's a big headgear, a choli and a skirt, and then a cape over it. So I think I am going for a full on golden look. Very royal and very sort of blingy look. So that's what I've decided for this Diwali. I am total in for golden. I don't know, I have some craze for golden these days that I cannot. I'm obsessed with it. Somehow I'm really obsessed with gold.
So there's Jenny's
And it'll
advice
be
right
up in
there.
like a day or two.
So that I think gold is in. So I also need
Yeah.
to now
I
decide to
think
buy
every
gold. But what else, Jenny? Like the other thing that I wanted to know from you for our listeners was how else do they, there are many people who listen to us in from the US and the UK. So it's a little cold there. So what else could they do which would still bring out their beautiful Indian clothes out in royalty while wearing those heavy, thick jackets?
So, and again, when they're traveling, jackets are there. What they could do is like it's a fun thing. What I would have done if I was in a cold country is on the thick jackets, even while traveling, I would take my brocade shawl or I would take my net dupatta with a bit of a work and just wrap it around instead of a stole. Wrap that around to bring that festivity even over a jacket. So that's something
Oh,
that I would enjoy doing. And
that's something like what we do for Christmas. Have like a Christmassy jumper over or have a Christmassy shawl over.
exactly.
So
So
that's a
I
very
do.
nice idea.
You also get these shoe clips. Lots of countries have these shoe clips that you can put. So I would put a bling on my boots as well. Just put that shoe clip on my boots and yeah, bring the festivity in.
Wow, that's nice. Hurratul, what about you? Any extra things you want to add to it?
For the people in cold countries,
Yeah.
I think strolls and shawls are the best way to kind of cover it, as Janie is putting down. I mean, I think because they have it's a lot cold there and they have need to put jackets on. Or the second thing they could do is go for designer jackets with a lot of work and the furry feel. And then you have there are a lot of things in market now which is in woolen, but they have a lot of Indian sort of work on it and all. So that's another option they can go for. A lot of designers are doing that stuff as well. So yeah, I mean, like I remember um, I'm forgetting the name of this brand. Probably I'll kind of put it down and give it to you later on. But there are few brands that I mean, especially designer labels who are doing this wintry feel with a lot of Indian work on it.
Wow. Okay. Jenny, what about the
Yeah.
makeup? How blingy should the makeup be?
So makeup for each on its own, because makeup gets very sentimental with a lot of people. But yeah, for me, makeup is try something new. So dual eyeshadows and smoky eyes have been on for ages. They're like classic makeup styles. Maybe do something different if you love to highlight the eyes. Do try something new this season. And if you want to go classic, then go classic. The only tip is it's either eyes or lips. I know it's a very simple tip that everyone gives, but people still fail to understand that it's either eyes or it's either lips. The moment you go green on eyes and red on lips, you're a Christmas tree. So yeah,
No, I agree on that. Hurratul, what about you?
See, when it comes to makeup, I'm not at all a makeup person. The only things I do is a kajal and a lipstick. That's it. I don't even go for foundations and stuff. I'm a very less on makeup person. But still, I believe in the fact that when your eyes and your lips are perfect, then your face kind of turns out to be really different than what it's like without makeup it is. So I think a good eye makeup and big bold eyes is something I would go in, like I would suggest people for this particular festive season. And probably if you are too much into gold, then a red lipstick matte would be the best one to go with with
Okay.
the golden bling.
And what about the
Yeah.
shoes? How important are the shoes, Jenny?
oh, this year, so a lot of designers and non-designers are doing brogues. So brocade on brogues. So I love tijori.com. They have these amazing shoes with ikat print and how mojeries are, but they have brogues like that. So get a
Uh-huh.
change, get out of your stilettos and heels and the same old, golden shoes, and maybe just go with some Indian print or go with golden brogues. It's going to be fun doing brogues with saris or brogues with Indian wear. So yeah, that's another thing on
Okay,
my list.
that's lovely. What about you, Huratul? Any
I
more?
don't know. Yeah, I mean, I am totally, into heels and stilettos. I don't usually go for flats at all. I mean, I know that a lot is trending, like, brogues and other things are very much in. But I don't know. I don't feel complete until unless I have heels put on. I don't feel like I'm all dressed up and I'm in that party mood. And in fact, even for office, I still don't feel complete, until unless I've put on the heels. So I think because I'm going for a complete golden thing, I would go for a golden stilettos or something like that. Yeah. Because people who
Okay.
have problems with a very sharp heel, like a very pinpointed heel, they can go for block heels, and for wedges even they are pretty much in, and there are a lot of variety in the market. So I think a heel gives you that more of that posture, like when you walk and when you kind of carry yourself, it gives you a lot of, I don't know, I feel that. And I've seen that in people as well when they walk, and it kind of gives you that sort of right posture and right sort of attitude as well. So I mean, I would go for heels.
Okay. So, Jenny, any last points that you would like to add to our listeners?
It's Diwali, so my last thing is go colorful. Um, dress, yeah. So dress out of your boring colors, corporate colors, and go colorful. If you have a meeting that day and you absolutely cannot wear a red kurta, then red small studs or red lipstick, something. But yes, add color to your wardrobe. At 1 week of Diwali, I think everything's all right.
Huratul, what about you?
Oh, by the